The 8th of June, Rabbi Moore, Parsha Hashavua with Rashi, Shelach.
Okay. We were up to Pasuk Chav Gimel. I think, Maya, you were reading? I'm sorry, 1 second.
I don't remember, but I could, I guess. Actually, it started the Rashi there.
Now, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry, I had got to turn on my microphone. Okay.
Okay, Yud Gimel, Kaf Gimel.
Okay, Pasuk Chav Gimel, right?
Right.
Okay, Maya, I think you were reading that, no?
Okay, it could be. Should we review this?
Yes, sir. Vayesaru v'amoit b'shtoi. Yeah, okay, let's read the Rashi here. We can go over the Pasuk if you want.
Okay, yeah, let's quickly do that. So Kaf Gimel says, Vayavou ad nachal eshkol, Vayikritu misham zmora ve'eshkol anavim echad, Vayisauhu v'amot bishnayim min harimonim umin hate'ena. Okay, so they came to the valley of Eshkol. Vayikritu is, and they cut from there a vine of Eshkol with a cluster of grapes. One cluster of grapes.
Right.
Okay, and they carried it. Okay, we said on a pole, the bamot. Okay. By two. We were saying two people, right? I think carried.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Okay, we don't know. Okay. Okay. So by two, umin harimonim, umin hate'enim, and of the pomegranates and of the figs.
Right.
Okay. So Rashi. Okay, Zmora, a vine. Show.
Soichatz.
Geffen. The Eshkol Shel Anavim Taloi Ba. Okay. That's a branch.
Right. Branch of the vine.
Okay. With a cluster of grapes. Taloi, hanging in it, from it. Oh, okay.
Okay. Now, then Rashi says the next, this is the next complicated, not complicated, but the involved Rashi. Rashi says.
Okay. Yisauhu ba'mot bishnayim. Okay, and they carried it on a pole by two. It says, Mimashma shene'amar vayisauhu ba'mot eino yodea shehu bishnayim. Okay, so Mashma, what we learned that they said, they carried it on a pole.
Right, so we know why if it just said Vayiso Bamoit, obviously they needed two people to carry it, because otherwise where else do you need a pole? You just carry the bunch of grapes by itself. Why did it say Vayiso Bamoit, right? Means obviously you need to carry it on a pole, means you needed two people to carry it. So what does it mean Bishnayim?
Okay, let's see. Shehu b'shnayim. Okay, so then it says, "My Talmud lomar b'shnayim." What does the Torah say by two? B'shnei motot. So that means two poles.
Right.
Oh.
Now,
Okay.
Parkate side.
Kate side. So how is this done?
Right.
Shmona, not lu eshkol. 8 took a cluster. Let's see. Echad, not tal te'ena. 1 took a fig. Yachar, the echad limon, and 1 a pomegranate. Okay, so that's 10, right? 10 spies. Oh, Yoshua Kalev, lo, not lu, klum. Yoshua and Kalev didn't take anything. Okay. Lefisha kol atzmam. Let's see. According. Oh.
The whole purpose of the 10 spies was everybody, all the spies except for Yeshua and Kalev, their whole intention was to give a bad report.
Oh, to give a bad report.
As Rashi goes on to explain, Kashem.
Kashem shepirya mishuneh. Okay, the fruit is different.
So
Kach ama mishuneh. So the people are different.
Right.
Okay. Ve'im chafetz ata liodea. And if you want to know, Kama.
So Rashi's now adding an interesting point over here.
Oh, okay. Kama.
The main point is that they wanted to. This was a classic case of journalistic representation. If you look in the Psukim, I haven't got it out so clearly, but if we see later in the Psukim, initially they didn't say anything bad about the land. It says, we're just presenting the facts. That's what he says. They showed them the fruit of the land. They brought back a report. You see in Pasuk Chav Zayin, they brought back a report and they said, we came to the land to and it's indeed, it is flowing with milk and honey, and this is its fruit. However, Chav Ches, that's what he says. However, Ki az ha'am, people are strong, Hayush ba'aretz, and basically they're just saying over the facts. We see later in Pasuk Lamed, Kalev realized where they were heading, what the idea, what they're trying to imply by the facts that they were presenting, and therefore Kalev silenced the people, or so we say, silenced the Meraglim, and says, yes, don't be misled by this report to think that this is a bad land. Then Pasuk Lamed Aleph.
Oh, I heard
different base, right? Pasuk Lamed base. They actually went ahead and said straight out, "This is a bad land."
Oh,
I heard differently, Rabbi.
Yeah.
I heard that the way Kalev silenced the people is he said, not only that.
Right, I'm saying, I understand. That's how he did it. He got them to listen to him.
That he was going to say something bad about Moshe.
Right, so they let him. They gave him the.
Everybody got quiet and they all wanted to listen. Yeah, what? What do you want to say? And then,
right, 100%. Rashi follows that. I'm not saying this isn't, but the Maisa, what he said, the Maisa was Kalev was, it's not a bad land. It's a good land. That's what the Maisa, what he said. We'll be able to. Don't be perturbed by what the Meraglim are saying to you, that this is the facts that they're telling you, that this is that the people are, everybody was burying their dead, and this in the same way as its fruit is unusual, extraordinary, So the people are extraordinary, which L'chaira, by the way, contradicts itself. But anyway, we'll hopefully when we get to those psukim, I don't know if we'll have time today, we'll see. But Koponim, what Rashi's pointing out, just thing is that the whole, even though they were just merely presenting the facts, but they're clearly implied by the representation of the facts was that we can't enter the land, right? The people are, fruit is strange, the fruit is extraordinary, so the people are extraordinary, they're extraordinarily strong, we ain't got a chance. Okay, now, Rashi now makes an interesting technical point.
Okay. Kama.
Im
Oh,
chafetz
ve'im
ata yodea.
chafetz ata yodea, kama mas'oi echad mehem. Okay, so if you want to know how much
Each one carried.
each one carried. Okay. Okay. Tzeu lamad, go and learn. Me avanim shehekimu ba'gilgal. So from the stones that they, I guess, erected at Gilgal.
Gilgal.
Okay. Harimu lahem ish. So
Each man
lifted for himself,
one
I
stone,
guess.
Evan achas.
Oh, Evan Achad, one stone. Oh, okay.
Min ha-Yarden, from the Yarden.
Okay. Al Shichmo, on his shoulder. Vehe Kimuha b'Gilgal, and set it up at Gilgal. Shikalum Rabotenu. So what the rabbis weighed them?
Right, with these stones.
Okay. Weighed the stones. Okay.
Later, these stones stood for a long time. There were many, many years.
Right. Oh, okay. So Mishkah Kol Echad, each one, the Mishkah, the weight. Oh, I'm sorry, the weight of each one are by Im Se'ah, 40 Se'ah, Ugemirei. So we learned Tuna de Madle Inash al Kapeh. Okay. So it's the weight, I guess, that a person can carry on his shoulders.
Alone.
Okay.
Eino elo shlish masui. It's a third of the burden, mi masui shemesayim oisei laharim, which other can help him to carry. Meaning, at Pashtus, even though there's a discussion about this, but Pashtus, what the Gemara means is, two people together can carry 50% more than one person by himself. What? No, I mean 50% meaning, let's say one person can carry X, so two people together can carry 3X. That's what the Gemara means.
Oh. Okay.
So if you want to know, using that svara, our boim saw, one saw is there are 3 saw in an aphor. Okay, and an aphor, a tenth of an aphor, is what we call a shir. Challah is about 1.5 kilos. So saw is about 15 kilo. An aphor is about 15 kilo. So a saw is 5 kilo. Let's assume that. 40 times 5 is 80 kilo.
Wow.
That's how much these stones weighed.
No. 45 times 5 is 200.
It's 200, yeah.
So what did I say? 80. You're right. Yeah, I'm sorry. 40 times 5 is 200. So that's what each person could carry. The weight of each stone was 200 kilo. Okay?
Wow.
So that means two of them could carry 600 kilo.
600 kilo, right. So now 8, multiply that by 4.
Wow.
So
Right,
that's
is
2,400. That's 2,000.
2.4 tons. That's how much the grapes, the bunch of grapes
Wow.
weigh.
2,400 kilo is
2.4 metric tons.
a metric ton is 1,000 kilo.
A metric ton, yeah.
Mhm.
Wow.
How much is in our tons? I think it's about. It's a pretty similar because 1,000 kilo is 2,200 pounds. And
Right.
how much is it's
So
2,240?
is
1,240 pounds is a imperial ton. Okay,
right.
so they're pretty close to each other. Koponim, it was pretty heavy. It's a bunch of grapes. Sorry?
About 8 tons.
It weighed more than a ton. It weighed
8 tons.
Why? How'd you get to 8 tons?
Because you said it was
Said-
metric tons.
2.4.
2.4 metric tons.
2.4 metric tons.
Oh, so it's about 5 tons.
Why is a metric ton not double?
Metric ton is more than one, more than 2 tons.
Is that so?
Yeah,
So
you calculated that. A metric,
no. As far as I remember, it's many a year ago since I learned it, but a ton is 2,240 pounds.
right, and an an American ton is 1,000 pounds.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, it's 2,000. You're right. It's 2,000 pounds. You're right. You're right. So it's about 3
Okay.
about 3 American.
In fact, it comes out that a metric ton is closer to the English ton than it is to the American ton.
Right.
Okay. What did I want to say?
That's the potential of Eretz even today.
Sorry?
Do we understand that that's the potential production of Eretz Yisrael today?
I don't know, but we'll see where Bez Hashem. Hashem will, Mashiach will come, Bez Hashem, the land will have produce, I mean, by today's standards, miraculous, unusual, supernaturally sized fruit. So it could well be. Okay. Fine. Okay, let's go on to Pasuk Chof Dalet.
Okay, Kaf Dalet 24. Let's see, 24. L'makom hahu kara nachal eshkol al
Odos.
ha eshkol asher karsu misham b'nei Yisrael. So he named the place the Valley of Grapes.
Okay.
Because of the cluster that the Bnei Yisrael cut from there.
Right. So it's very interesting.
Who's he?
Shekosumi Shomene Yisrael, right? I mean, l'chayra, this was a unique bunch of grapes, or was it a standard bunch of grapes?
Unique. You don't
Unique.
find too many bunches of grapes that weigh 3 tons.
I understand. Certainly by today's standard, I'm talking about by the Canaanite standards, I'm talking about then. So I'm saying, l'chayra, this pasuk indicates that even for them, the Canaanites, this was unique.
Why do you say that?
Because, let me ask you, if you pick an apple, right, off the tree, it can be a super large apple or whatever, but all the other apples on the tree are the same. So you're going to say, well, we're going to call this Apple Town because this is a account of the apple the Jewish people, the spies picked. I mean, there are plenty of apples. All the apples are like that. But
So we call this the apple tree. That means there's a huge apple there.
Right.
So you
So I'm
call
saying,
it the valley
even by
of the
their standards. So I'm saying, first of all, who called it? Who
Right,
called
that's
it
what I
Nachal?
was asking. It says he, not they.
Right.
So who is he?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just looking here, the Balaturim.
There's no Rashi.
No.
Hmm.
It's very interesting Balaturim here. Apostle Hisro Belamed U'Mesayim Belamed. This pasuk starts with a lamed and ends with a lamed. The stam nazirus lamed yom. The person who abstains from drinking wine, who's a nazir, right? Then if he says stam, I'm going to be a nazir, then the nate is chal for 30 days. Okay, v'hayayin im zocha lishtois karoi oz chamra v'richne pitchim. It's going to make you wise. Drinking the right amount of wine is conducive to, I guess, piquing the intellect. Okay? But the zoicha lilmoid ulelamed. We will learn to lamed at the beginning and lamed at the end. Lilmoid ulelamed. Both with 2 lameds. Okay, but anyway, it doesn't say Korah Nachal Eshkol. I'll have to look it up. What, who's the Korah? Okay. Okay, weiter. No Rashi on this. Let's go on to Masakov Hey.
Vayashuvu mitur haaretz miketz arba'im yom. Okay, so they returned from spying the land at the end of 40 days. Rashi says they returned from spying out the land at the end of 40
I would rather than spying. I prefer to use the word exploring, because it wasn't so much a strategic mission as a fact-finding mission.
Right. Well, what does the word tour mean?
Tour means to explore, to look, to find, to search out.
Okay.
To tour, and by the way, the English word to tour is the same idea.
the land of at the end of 40 days. V'halo arba me'os parsa al arba me'os parsa he. But is it not 400 parsa, which I think a parsa is like a 2 miles, something like that?
Something I'll tell you in a second. Okay, a parsa, each parsa is 4 mil, and each mil is
Right.
2,000 amas. So a parsa is 8,000 amas. If you're going to take an amma to be around half a meter, it's about 4 kilometers. 4 kilometers, I believe, is about 2.5 miles.
Right. Okay. So it's 400 times 2.5. It's about 1,000 miles by 1,000 miles.
Right.
So that sounds to me to be a lot bigger than Israel.
Well, the Gemara explains that and says that Eretz Yisrael is called Eretz Tzvi, the land of the deer. And the Gemara explains why is it compared to a deer, is that just like the deer has a very stretchable skin, that when it's alive, okay, the skin manages to stretch over, needless to say, and cover the entire body. But when after the deer is dead, and you skin the deer, then the skin contracts, and it would not be shaykh to put the skin back on the deer afterwards.
Oh, really? Never heard that.
So similarly, Eretz Yisrael contracted.
After this time, you know, it was
No,
expanded.
after the Churban Abayis. Certainly after Churban Bayis Rishon, may well be after Churban Bayis Sheni as well.
Uma'al lach Adam Noni, and I'm sorry, Mahalach.
Mahalach, right.
And the travels of a average person.
It means the amount average person can travel in a day is
Eser
parsos.
Saos Leon. 10 parsas per day.
Right.
So to travel 400, it's going to take you 40 days.
Right. So therefore, that's even just one direction.
Right. That'd be times 40. So it should take 40 square days for them to
No,
cover the
times
land.
4. 1 second. They only went, in words, Hare Mahalach Arboim Yom Min HaMizrach L'Marav. Just traveling from east to west would have taken them 40 days. And what Rashi doesn't is, and came back as well.
Right, so it should take them 40 square days to walk the whole.
Not 40 square, but 40 times 4.
Why times 4?
Length, breadth, and then length, and then back again. Just to go.
They got to go back and forth is what I'm saying. They want to cover the whole land. What?
They started, let's say, at point X, and they went at the entire breadth of the land,
right?
And then the entire length of the land. So that's
that only covered the border. They haven't covered the interior at all. And they only covered 2 borders, not 4 borders.
Well, that's what Rashi said before. That's all they did. Where does it say? Rashi, I refer you back to Rashi. Yeah, Pasuk Chof Aleph.
Kaf Aleph.
Also, Rashi on Pesach 21. Rashi said that they followed a path which took the shape of a gamma. Yeah, Rashi on Pesach 21.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, look, it looks like half a square.
Olchu ruach gvul droimes miktzah mizrach ad miktzah ma'arov. They followed the southern border from east to west. Okay, and then der gvul droimes mizrachis ad hayom. Okay, that's till the west, till the sea. Umisham chazu v'holchu kol gvul ma'arovi al tzvas hayom ad levei Chamos. And they went entire western border on the seaboard, on the seashore, on the sea. On the seaboard, and they went till Levoi Chamos. So they went an entire southern border from east to west, and then from the entire western border from south to north. And they went that way, and they came back again. So that's 400 plus 400 is 800, and the back again 1600. So they walked 1600 parsois in 40 days, which is 4 times as quick as an average person would do.
I see.
Okay.
Okie dokie. So it says Hashem made a miracle and shortened it.
Elo shegolu lifnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu sheyigza aleim yom lashona, was revealed for HaKadosh Baruch Hu that this what's going to happen to them. They're going to have to, it's going to decree upon them 1 day per year that they're going to have to be punished on that day. 1 day a year, they're going to be punished for what they did. And therefore, if they'd taken them 160 days, then it would have spread over 160 years. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu didn't want that. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu made them go quickly, and they managed to cover in 40 days would have taken them really 4 times longer, which is amazing. Kitzah lifnei mesadach. The HaKadosh Baruch Hu made their journey shorter. If you think about it, they're going to do something wrong. They're going to do an avera against the HaKadosh Baruch Hu by bringing out the thing, and the HaKadosh Baruch Hu's planning it that he shouldn't have to punish them so much. And therefore he makes a miracle for them. So that's absolutely amazing.
It seems to contradict the way Hashem usually works.
It doesn't necessarily contradict, but HaKadosh Baruch Hu allows for free will. And even in line for free will, to allow a person to give the opportunity of a person to sin, chas v'shalom, but even then, HaKadosh Baruch Hu does it in a way that it is merciful.
Maybe this is a case where he was giving them their reward in this world so they wouldn't get it in the world to come.
Well, reward meaning the punishment.
No, the reward. Hashem did a miracle for them. That's a reward.
I see, you mean that.
In other words, they had schusim, they had merits, because they were all leaders, and they
mitigated their punishment, right? It
and so
mitigated
now he
their
wants
level
to
of
give them
punishment.
the benefit of their schusim now in this world, so that he can later punish them and they don't get any benefit in the world to come.
Does it say, the more I think discusses whether the Meraglim had a share in the world to come? Where it says, I think yes. Very casual. Yeah, if I remember rightly, the Gemara in Sanhedrin discusses whether the Meraglim had a portion in the Olam Haba. Okay. Anyway, let's continue.
I think we're out of time.
Are we? Yeah, we've got 3 minutes left. You want to go another 3 minutes, or we can stop here? Okay. Very good. The Seder. Okay, have a great day,
Rabbi.
everybody.
Have a good Shabbos.
You too. Cult of good Shabbos, everybody.
Okay, have a good Shabbos, Rabbi.
I will not be here next Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Oh,
I'm going on a trip.
hope you stay stable and don't trip. Okay? Bezat Hashem. Enjoy your trip.
Thank you so much.
What I want to say, so guys, we're going to meet on Meet. Okay?
Okay, very good. You'll send the link, or
I'll
you
send the
scroll
link. I'll send the link.
Okay, very good.
Be the missing link. Okay?
Okay.
See you on Thursday.
Have a good Shabbos. Be well. Enjoy your trip.
Okay,
Thank you.
very good.